This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Stanley Fillard. In this week's broadcast, children participate in speech contests, and you'd find out if they are Marry-terial. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. It was an exciting time last week Saturday afternoon as about 21 children ages 8 through 15 years participated in the first speech contest for the Children and Adolescent Ministries Department of the South Bahamas Conference. The participants argued on one option from the topic, "Is online learning better than in-person learning?" It was an action-packed debate.
When virtual learning started, it was like a child in a candy store, just fully happy and eating whatever you please. However, when you have too much candy, you start to get tired and have a stomachache. Virtual learning is like a candy, and having too much of it is not good.
I could use my computer for hours without getting roused by my parents. Yay, God does answer the prayers of a child. However, after doing this for months and months, I began to miss sitting in the classroom with my teachers. I miss playing games like freeze tag and red light, green light with friends, and simply just talking with friends about life.
In-person helps you develop responsibility and day-to-day routine, such as eating breakfast, putting on uniform, and other things. On the other hand, with online, just come on Zoom late with your camera off in pajamas and eat breakfast. That doesn't sound right, does it? No!
The session was led by noted Adventist Toastmasters who moved the debate steadily along. And at the end, the Charm Director, Laverne Stirrup, and Assistant Charm Director, Cindy Stewart, were pleased to present the top finishers with cash prizes ranging from $150 to $50 prizes for each category of participants. Placing first in the category of 8 through 11 years old was Jaden Johnson of the Centerville Seventh-day Adventist Church. Second place, we had Brielle Colmer of the Hillview Church. And in third place, Anissa Hamilton of Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church. Among the 12 through 15-year-olds, finishing in first place was Christopher Strawn from the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church. Second, we had Hune Moss from the New Macedonia Church in South Andros. And in third, we had Devon A. Thomas from the Ephesus Church. The Children and Adolescent Ministries Department congratulated the 21 participants for their excellent presentations and gave treats and certificates of participation to the remaining 40 children who also underwent the extensive training. They thanked Toastmasters Curtis Bryan, Kimberly Stirrup, and Pastor C. Melvin Lewis for their dedication in making sure that the children were not only trained adequately for the competition, but also to enhance their lives. Last weekend, the youth of the South Bahamas Conference gathered at the New Providence Community Center for the annual Ignite Youth Retreat under the theme, "Are You Marry-terial?" Amazing praise and worship were led by Created for Worship, Ignited, and guest artists Colin Christopher and Leandria Smith. Throughout the Ignite Youth Retreat, tips on how to manage finances were also provided by Okel Damastis, auditor for the South Bahamas Conference. He also encouraged the youth to begin investing. They were inspired with the devotional messages by guest speaker Dr. Dwayne Wilson, who encouraged the young people to use their singleness to find their passions, worship God, and get to know themselves. He said that the shows on social media and television today can leave young singles confused as to what to look for in healthy Christian relationships.
There is a foundation to a healthy relationship. And in the world that we live in today, many individuals try to base their relationship on finances, on popularity, on sex appeal, on so many worldly attributes and standards that will only give them pain and suffering in the long run. And so what is it that we should be looking for? There's a quotation, it says here from a book that I have in my library. It says, marriage used to be a contract. Now it is a 90-day option. We must recognize that there is an attack on marriages, there is an attack on relationships, and as a result of that, we must recognize that there is an art that must take place between two incompatible people learning to live in compatibility. In other words, they must learn to come together and live in unity.
Dr. Wilson also said that God doesn't want us to be unequally yoked with unbelievers.
As we live in the time of pain and suffering, even in the time of persecution, that we ought to keep our focus on Jesus Christ. So therefore, as we are yoked together with Christ, we must ask ourselves the question, if we get into a relationship, will that individual, will he or she encourage our walk with the Lord?
Throughout the sessions, more nuggets were provided for the youth on how to know if they are Marry-terial. Guest presenter Harrison Thompson, psychologist, relationship coach, and therapist, explained to the youth that they must first find happiness within themselves instead of looking for other people to make them happy. He also informed them that if they are looking to give love to someone else, they should give it from a place of overflow and have enough of it to lose. The retreat concluded with Thompson leading a group therapy session where the youth got answers to their burning questions. Hopefully, the youth and young adults who attended Ignite have received the fundamentals of maintaining healthy Christian relationships.
You might be asking, who are Seventh-day Adventists? Commonly known as Adventists, we are a Christian movement established in 1863. We have 28 fundamental beliefs and more than 20 million members. We also observe the seventh-day Sabbath. Worldwide, we have more than 162,000 congregations. We serve countless communities with our education institutions, with 2 million students. And 198 hospitals around the world. And it's all because we love Jesus.
Coming up in the South Bahamas Conference, please note that the annual Children's Retreat scheduled for June 3rd through the 4th has been postponed, and there will be a new date for this event. So watch out for this exciting program for our kids. This summer, the Vacation Bible Experience will be held in all of our churches under the theme Jasper Canyon, where every kid is treasured by God. This is always an awesome time for the children, and this year it will be 5 days of Christ-centered activities to help the children to dig into the Bible to find out how uniquely special they really are. Be sure to inquire about VBS at your local church. A Singles Focus Weekend 2022 will be held on July 2nd through the 3rd by the Family Life Department of our conference, led by Pastor Kenny DeVoe. Interested singles are asked to contact Pastor DeVoe or Bridget Bastian at the conference office at 341-4021, as they would like for you to be involved in the unique planning of this special weekend. You are asked to mark on your calendar the Women's Ministries End It Now activities to be held on August 26th through the 27th, 2022 throughout the Atlantic Caribbean Union of Seventh-day Adventists. Among the activities will be a march and rally under the theme, One Voice, End It Now. This is a Seventh-day Adventist initiative for females and supporters to say no to the violence against women and children. Believe it or not, there is still domestic violence in our Christian families. So we need more people with the right tools to help those who are in danger of being abused. Be sure to support this special initiative. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all of our upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist news update along with other local programming from our cable channel, ATV 658, read the weekly logos, as well as the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
I am Chelsea Gibson, a gem from the Philadelphia Seventh Adventist Church, and this is your tip for today. The teenage years are a period of intense physical, emotional, and mental intellectual growth. It's also a time when your child develops habits that can last a lifetime. You can help your teenager reach optimal growth and development by instilling lifestyle habits that support a healthy and happy body. Eat your fruits and veggies. It is recommended that teens get at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables each day. Fruits and vegetables provide important vitamins and minerals your teen body needs to grow and function properly. Get moving. Exercise does more than burn calories. Engaging in physical activity helps keep the heart and lungs strong and produces endorphins, which are chemicals that improve mood. Watch what you drink. Your body is almost 2/3 of water, so staying hydrated is most important. Teenagers should aim to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. The number increases for teens who engage in sports and are especially active. Other good sources of fluids include 100% fruit juice and low-fat milk. Sugary and caffeinated beverages should be eliminated from the diet completely as they provide excess sugar and empty calories. If you don't snooze, you lose. Teenagers need at least 9 hours of sleep each night to function at their best during the day. It sounds easy enough, but with early morning start, late afternoon practices, and hours of homework, getting enough sleep can be a challenge. Set a regular bedtime that allows for 9 hours of sleep before your teen has to get up for school. Your teen should also engage in at least an hour of quiet time prior to bedtime. The goal is for all electronics to be turned off at night so that the brain and body can relax. Remember, 1 Corinthians 10 verses 31. Therefore, whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do it all to the glory of God. I am Chelsea Gibson, and this has been your health tip courtesy of the Adventist Television. Remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
New believers continue to join the Seventh-day Adventist Church across Cuba, Puerto Rico, Colombia, and Venezuela after an online evangelistic campaign swept through social media platforms. As the Hope for a Sick World evangelistic campaign came to an end, more than 6,700 people were baptized. The series has had more than 5,200,000 views on YouTube and Facebook. Many of those views include small gatherings of 10 or more, or congregations of 80 or more who gathered in churches to watch. The 71 Adventist radio stations also broadcast the evangelistic series and reached more than 219,000 people. In addition, hundreds of churches with no internet access in Cuba and Venezuela gathered hundreds of members and visitors to view the pre-recorded programs. According to José Rodriguez, the pastor who oversaw the campaign, this is the first time ever that an evangelism series was ran strictly online, with a set time frame of 35 minutes for social media platforms. The campaign set aside the traditional format that is common in a church setting, including a song service and introductions. Instead, the goal was to feature the spiritual message as the main segment. Nearly 20,000 baptisms have been added to the church books across the 6 unions since efforts began early in January as part of the centennial celebrations across the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Central America and the Caribbean.
Well, that's all for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. We invite you to share what is happening at your church by sending us your news stories and upcoming events by email to spcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist news along with other local programming, or to keep in touch with what's happening in our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The new Facebook and Instagram pages for the SBC Media Network are currently buzzing, so make sure you check those out and remember to like, follow, share, and subscribe. You can listen to programs from our radio station, Word SBC 88.3 FM, and watch our television channel, ATV 658. Get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. All of our programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel. So watch a recap of the news there. And on behalf of the production team of ATV 658, we appreciate you viewing this broadcast. I'm Stanley Flores for the SBC Media Network. Have a great Sabbath.